Yo. Yeah, earth shattering first to burst battering. Wrong color on your turf trafficking. What up? Sean's the name y'all niggas ain't ready for. Won't beef in the street, none of my metaphors. Sean the bomb, Lebanon, Decepticon. Most high, most fly, bow tie like Farrakhan. All praises due to Allah. Have no idea what I do to your squad. Listen, your face look like steak with the A1 sauce. When the guard let the AR off, bang. Listen, ain't a rapper that a battle on smack. I'm the rapper with the gat on your hat, nigga.
Yo, this is the I AM RAPAPORT podcast, and unfortunately, we were just talking about this. Not that making premonitions or anything like that, just the realization. We were just talking about this on the podcast a couple of days ago about the preciousness of life, and that in hip hop in general, how so many of the important artists are alive, and we lost somebody who's so sort of underrated outside of people that really know hip hop. Yeah. Sean Price,
Ruck.
Sean P,
Ruck,
Kimbo Price, Jesus Price,
Mike M-I-C Tyson,
Mike Tyson. Yo, from the group Helter Skelter, which was popular in the 90s.
Duck Down, Boot Camp Click,
Black Moon,
Original Gun Clappers.
From Brownsville.
Yes, my home, no doubt.
Sean Price. The thing that I'll just talk about what I liked about him as an MC is that I always said this. I said this. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
That if we were rappers, I said if I was a rapper, I'd want to rap like Sean Price. Because he said, first of all, he loved mentioning that he was a goon.
Right.
He had one song called Gorilla Rap.
And he was a fan of the I AM RAPAPORT podcast. He
was a fan of the I AM RAPAPORT podcast.
He hit me on Instagram.
Yeah. It's a fucking shame.
Yeah.
It's a fucking shame. You know, I met him recently. I met him back in the days in Brownsville in passing, but I met him recently last year at a Knicks game.
Word.
And we had been texting and emailing and shit and spoke on the phone a few times, and then I ran into him at a Knicks game, and yo, it's just, you know,
it's bad.
43, passed away in his sleep. Yo, just you know, and his name has been brought up a lot because the Twitter age, I see his name was a lot of blogs, a lot like TMZ and all that stuff. And you know what? I hope that it becomes trendy to check out Sean Price.
Word.
Like, I hope it becomes like, if you never knew him, yo, there's no shame. Like, yo, check him out.
Check him out.
There's no reason to like, yo, I knew him, whatever. It doesn't matter. The music lives on. Helter Skelter. Check out his records. Mike Tyson, Monkey Bars, Jesus Price.
Yeah, great.
Yo.
But for me.
But wait, let me just, on that point, on that trendy point, because like a lot of times when people pass, they become more famous. Let him become more famous. He's got a wife. He's got a family. He was never super duper platinum. He came out at one point, one of his things, when I realized, I was like, yo, who the fuck is Sean Price? And I didn't realize it was Ruck from Helter Skelter. He came out saying, I'm the brokest rapper you know. And I was like, who the fuck would say that?
Right, word.
I just like the sense of humor. Like, he had such a good sense of humor in his music. So, yo, I hope his music becomes, you know, like people will be like, Sean Price. I think buy the music, don't steal the music. iTunes the music, or steal the music, but just check the music out. And it's just a disappointment, man. It's just disappointment because that was a good dude, a true goon in his day.
A true New Yorker.
True New Yorker, true Brooklyn guy.
Kept that music. Like, we don't, you know, a lot of people are not familiar with Sean Price, right? But he kept that music, that hip hop, New York.
He kept the New York he never strayed. He never went away from it. This is a dude who could freestyle, who could rhyme for hours.
Right.
I said that to him. I was like, yo, you probably just, when you're making breakfast and pancakes, like, he could just rhyme over any beat. Check him on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's rhyming over all kind of shit. Funny, creative. Clever.
Yeah.
Never taking himself seriously, but serious.
Yeah, but kicking that shit.
But that's why he had a good dichotomy, because he had a very good sense of humor in his lyrics. But he also was goon status, official goon status. So, Yo, man, it's just...
Never deviated from that boom bap music.
Never deviated from that boom bap.
That East New York grimy sound.
Brownsville, he's right from where...
Right. Brownsville, East New York, that group home, that
Gangstar.
Yeah, that sound.
MOP.
The slapping snare drums. That's New York. They never went to the southern type of bounce shit. They kept it in East New York and the Ville.
He's one of the last dudes to stay on there. That dude would always tease me every time I spoke to him. I'm not gonna say I was great friends with this guy. I was a fan, more of a fan than I was a friend. But we became friendly, and every time I would communicate with him, text, email, or when I see him, the first thing he would be like, "Yo, I remember I seen you in Brownsville walking around in some flip flops with two hounds with you, with two dogs with you," and he always was like, "Yo, that shit bugged me out."
Right.
And I know the day he was talking about. Yo, all I can say is, Sean Price, you're going to be missed in hip-hop. You're going to be missed by me as a fan, missed by the I Am Rapaport podcast. I hope people explore his music. I hope people continue to love his music.
Check him out.
We're going to try to do some sort of tribute or something at some point. He was very, very, very well loved, very, very, very well respected. Unfortunately, not very, 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 very well known outside of like true hip-hop people.
Right.
But... the name and the music will live on. Sean Price, Sean P.
Yes.
P.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. I'm almost famous. Yeah, niggas is half-ass, almost anus. Got a new car, almost ranged it. We broke bond and chain, almost exchanged it. I hang with niggas that's two-time felons. First of the month on the stupid dime selling. Yeah. Sean Price is dumb. Sell crack on the block with Mike Tyson from. Listen, I like fighting, but I'm nice with guns. I might knife him, but I like my gun. Unleash me, Paul, Daddy the dog. With my eyes on the green, nigga Kermit the Frog. Stupid with mine. My stupidest lines, I put them together, turn them to a beautiful rhyme.
Is Brooklyn in the house?
Is Queens in the house?
Staten Island in the house?
Boogie Down in the house?
Manhattan in the house? They never fucking say...
OVO?
Is Toronto in the fucking house?
No.
They've never said that. Now, that's not to say that there's not live dudes up in Toronto. I'm sure there's some live dudes in Toronto.
Of course.
But when you're talking about hip-hop, you can't just have one guy and then be like, this is an epicenter of hip-hop.
Yeah. They have one motherfucker.
I'm sure they love it up there. And as they should. And I support hip-hop being loved by anybody.
Absolutely.
But to try to claim that shit is sweet and put the quote-unquote sixth on the map. That's what Drake...
The sixth? What's six?
I don't know what the six is. I don't know what the sixth is.
Is that like a zip code?
I don't know what the six is, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Niggas
but
making up
they
slang.
say the six. That's the Toronto thing. Yo, I'm from the six.
The six.
I take the fucking... J-Lo was on her song On the Six. 6 train to the Bronx. The 6 train downtown to the 4 to the 5.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the 6 is, except for the 6 train.
You got to clarify that. They have to clarify. And you see...
You see what?
Charlize Theron adopted another... Guess what?
What?
Another brother.
Get the fuck out of here.
Another black baby. What she got now? 5 of them?
No. Wait, are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Another one. I don't know from what... I know it's somewhere in Africa. They big trolling in Africa, right? But I want to say, what do you have against white people?
Huh. What do you mean?
What do you have against white kids? What is so special about that little black kid, that black baby, that would make you dismiss any other white? This is your 5th black child.
What? I don't think she has.
What is your... what? You're so fixated on... Where's this one from? The Congo? Like they go pick them up like rutabagas. dust them off, and show them to the world. When it's some Golden Globe shit, look, I got another one. It's like some Bud Collins
shit.
Like Bud Collins. Remember he used to do the fucking U.S. Open shit? She come out there with this fucking one that she picked up from fucking the Congo.
Who?
Charlize Theron, right? And you come on the red carpet, the announcers never heard of this, so they see you.
Yeah.
And they're like Bud Collins. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. He's a dark fellow, isn't he?
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at his hair.
Oh,
She
shit.
didn't comb his fucking hair. Another one. Another pickaninny.
We've talked about this on the I Am Rapaport podcast.
Yeah.
If you've never heard us discuss, we're all for adoption.
Yeah.
We think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
The question that was raised is,
what do you have against white kids? This is a fifth black baby.
I'm pretty sure that Charlize Theron only has adopted one other kid. I think it's her second kid.
Is it Jewish?
The kid?
Yeah.
No, it's not fucking Jewish.
Where are they from?
I don't know. I know the first one is from Africa.
Some swamp. They go on these missions. What you doing out there? You, like we said before, yo, there are poor neighborhoods all over the fucking world.
There's orphanages.
Why are you focused on my continent?
There's orphanages in the United States.
Everywhere. They go out there and they pick them up. But you see, if I was the fathers and the mothers and shit, I'd be like, I'm coming with you.
Right.
You're not just taking my baby. You want little Abubakar?
Right.
You got me too. And you're gonna get me a job and you're gonna do all that. One hand wash the other.
Right.
You wanna be on the fucking carpet with my little black baby?
Right. Keep them.
Then you're gonna get me a job with Mr. Weinstein.
Right. Right. You think that these guys should start negotiating.
Right. Fuck yeah. You get a lot and I get nothing. And I lose my child.
Right.
I want all his clothes. I want all the shit. We don't eat over here too much. You gonna fuck us, we're gonna fuck you.
Right.
And then they'll stop going over there.
Right. This is the I Am Rapaport podcast. We came in hot. We'll be right back. The moment you've been waiting for is almost here. Football is just around the corner, and you could start the season by winning $2 million in week one at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football site. $2 million fucking dollars, G Monetti. 1 week fantasy means no season-long commitments. It's like a brand new season every time you play. Just pick your players, pile up the points, and pick up your cash. That's it. Woo. Pick your players, pile up the fucking points, and pick up your cash.
That's what's up.
G Monetti, the I Am Rapaport podcast. We are pumped. For real, for fantasy football.
Word.
You can get started by playing right now. Prepare for the regular season with preseason contests running through August. You can get your all your training, learn the systems. I'm telling you, I think playing in August is good. Contest games, you learn you could win money. I'm a fantasy addict now, G Monetti.
I see, man.
You've already been scouting players for your season-long fantasy team. Put that knowledge to the test every week this football season at DraftKings.com, where you could turn your love of football into a lifetime of cash. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and use the promo code RAPAPORT, RAPAPORT, to play for a free shot at $2 million in the Week 1 Millionaire Maker. Enter Rapaport for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com. All right, we're back. We're back. We were talking about topics. We were going to talk about Aldon Smith. Do we need to talk about yet another fucking NFL player?
He's out of the league. They cut him.
He's got to go. This
Yeah.
guy's been in and out of fucking trouble since he got in the fucking league.
Yeah.
Aldon Smith, a great defensive player for the 49ers. He was suspended for like almost a whole season.
Yeah, and he's still wild out.
And he did some crazy shit. He hit and run or something. I don't know, man.
So That tells you, all right.
There's no coming back, yo. At a certain point, it's like, yo, we're cutting you, and we're gonna suspend some of this money, and we're gonna use it for you to be in mental institution, to be institutionalized. You need mental help. We want to do this before you wind up going to jail, because you're a professional football player and you have a problem.
Right.
And the majority of people can't afford mental help. But the 49ers do him a favor and get him mental assistance. Just like Sheldon
Richardson
on the Jets. I don't want him to be suspended. Obviously, he shouldn't be playing football, but the title shouldn't be suspended. It should be money is being held pending mental evaluation and treatment. This is no joke. I'm sincere about this. Because there's a lot of people in jail who've done terrible things, but not necessarily violent crimes, but crazy shit that are mentally ill, more so than criminal. Speaking of criminal, how the fuck?
What?
Yo.
What up?
How the fuck could the Colorado theater shooter, he's getting life in prison and not the death sentence? Yo, I mean, I don't want to talk about things that have already been talked about. I just don't understand it. And if I was in Colorado, there has to be some way to rally around being like, yo, you're not going to take my tax money and I'm not paying for this guy to live in prison. He shouldn't be alive. If they say he has mental illness, that's not the kind of mental illness that should be on this planet. So however you
killed 12 motherfuckers, right?
In the theater, injured other people.
What's the reasoning for keeping this person alive?
One person in the jury apparently couldn't get off the mental illness thing, and like that's not the issue. Of course, he's mentally ill.
Yeah,
he's gonna stay alive, and he's young, so he's gonna be in prison all these years, and the tax people.
See, they need to have a system where they override that person.
Somebody overrides it.
Get the fuck out of here with
where
that.
You let the people of Colorado vote.
Yeah, you want him to die? Yeah.
And then that's it. And get rid of them. Yeah. And save the country's already in a recession. Are we in a recession?
Coming out of it.
Coming out of a recession, sorry. We don't fact check here. Some people will tell you we're in a recession. Some people will say you're not in a recession. We don't fact check at the I AM RAPAPORT podcast. If you've never listened to the I AM RAPAPORT podcast, just know that this is a non-fact checking entity.
Yeah. We pride ourselves on
We pride ourselves that, number one, we don't fact check. Number two, we have no computers and or phones in arm's reach while we record. And if we did, we wouldn't use them because we don't fact check.
That's right.
So this is the first time, G. Monetti, I've ever rushed home to watch any political debate. Oh. Now, some people are like, you're such a fucking loser. You don't watch debates. Listen, I'm keeping it real here. Yeah. Don't lie.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers don't do it either. They're like, you're so dumb. You never watch political debates. Yo, you tell me the last time you rushed home to watch a political debate. Yeah, Smarty pants.
Nobody's doing that.
You're so fucking smart. But I rushed home to watch Trump.
D. Trump.
And we are now officially calling him
D. Trump.
Like Debo or like D. Ruck or Destroy or D. Williams or D. Moody. Yeah. Like he deserves like that kind of name. Like, oh shit, there goes D. Trump.
Yeah.
Like he's a goon.
Yeah.
D. Trump, you get goon status. D. Trump is at the debate acting like he's a drug dealer in the 80s clearing his block.
Yeah. He's on some street shit up there.
He's on some street shit. He's on some shit where I'm like, number one, I'm following politics. Number two, he's making the debates exciting.
Yeah.
Number three, you know what my favorite thing is that he's bringing the stuffy, probably way more qualified other politicians down to his level.
Yeah.
So he with his crassness and his abusive nature and his vulgarity of tone and his inappropriateness in a political setting, he's making the other candidates show what they're about. And I want to know what they're about.
Right.
I want to see you curse. I want to see you get angry. Yeah. I want to see you. I want to see you grab your dick. I want to see you scratch your ass. I want to see the lady be like, "Nah, bitch." I want to see that from the candidates.
Yeah.
I want to see you angry. I want to see you frustrated. I want to see you not happy with the way this country is being run. I want to see you not happy with the status of the country. I want to see you unhappy with homeless people, with unemployment. I want to see the politicians be genuinely fucking offended by that shit.
That's right.
I want to see politicians be genuinely offended. I want to be able to tell my local politician, hey, you motherfucker, my car got broken into last Friday. Again, you fuck. This is a true story.
I know.
And I want the guy to be like, really? And I want the mayor of Los Angeles to be like, well, what happened? And I say, my fucking car's been broken into. It's like a fucking riot zone over there. It's like a candy store with no employees in there. People just come and break into my fucking car all the time. And I want the mayor and the politician to be literally as upset about that as I am.
They should.
People are starving on the streets. I want to see my politicians be offended and moved to tears and frustration and to vileness about that shit. And the closest person I've seen to do that is Trump.
Word.
D. Trump. Now, we talked about this fucking guy and his comments about the Latinos and how I said that was slave owner mentality. I'll insult them, talk shit about them, and then I'll get their vote. That's slave owner shit.
Yeah, of course.
And I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
But I do like the fact that he's like, fuck it. And he's leading.
I told you what
Yo, we're gonna give this to you, Trump. We're gonna give this to you. We have this slogan that'll cut through all the bullshit. Okay? Gerald's gonna tell you. Gerald came up with something that's brilliant, and we're gonna give this to you. You could take it, and I think this will definitely push him over the top to at least be the Republican Party candidate versus Hillary. The slogan is,
I hate the niggers and I hate the spics, and you do too.
vote for Trump in 2016, you fuck you. Yo, take it and run with it. That's
right.
Free of charge.
Yeah, that's right.
If you have the balls to make that your fucking slogan, then go ahead. Because that's what he's saying.
That's what he's saying.
And that's why he's winning, because he's appealing to the masses who are fed up.
Yeah.
It's I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this shit anymore.
And Trump is promoting the great American scapegoat.
The great American scapegoat, which is what?
The black man.
Elaborate.
When you want to galvanize your group.
Yeah.
You have to kind of appeal to them. So you have to say things that they fucking think. But they won't say.
Like?
So Trump is rawer than anyone has ever been.
Rawer than any Democrat,
right?
too.
There's no doublespeak. He's like, the fucking Mexicans are et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
You see?
He doesn't give a fuck.
So when he's saying that, those people in those red states are like, that's my guy.
I'm going to tell you, I'm not saying he has our vote. And let's be honest, a lot of political parties have reached out to us to have their backing.
Yeah.
We haven't mentioned that. We haven't mentioned that. But we will tell you that political parties have reached out to the I Am Rapaport podcast.
Right.
And they want our support because of the influence that we hold. Could verify this, please, Gerald.
Yes, and we're wavering because
we're wavering.
We don't know.
We're not going to name names because that's not politically correct. Aha.
Right, and we're not fucking with Chris Christie.
We're not. I'm not going to say...
Rule him out now.
I'm not going to say he has or he hasn't. I'm not going to speak on any interaction I may or may not have had with his people. I'm just saying that, let's just say, a lot of people, a lot of political candidates and their parties and their people have reached out to us at the I Am Rapaport podcast, and we haven't made a decision who we're going to back. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
That's right. Leave it there, bro.
But I'm into politics this year. I'm following it closely. My right now, I would love to see Dollar Bill Clinton back in there. Like, fuck it. Like, honey, I'm home. Like, you know how happy the people at the White House would be to have Dollar Bill back in the fucking White House?
Yeah, he was skeeting up in there.
He was skeeting.
Yeah.
He was freaking off.
Yeah.
He showed the world that his fuck style was buck wild.
No
My man
doubt.
took out his loaf and skeeted.
He skeeted on a dress
in
in the Rose Garden.
Yo, my man is buck full.
Who's wilder than Bill Clinton?
No one's wilder than Dollar Bill. And I told the story before. I met Bill Clinton at the All-Star game. You saw the pictures.
Yeah.
He wouldn't stop talking. I couldn't believe it.
I would have asked him.
Love Justified. We talked about movie. He wanted to talk about me. I said, I'm sorry, Mr. President. I said, I can't even believe you know who I am. He said, of course I know who you are. He was smooth. He had the fucking blue eyes. He had his arms on me. He was cool. He was talking my ear. We were talking about the Oscar movies. Did you see this? Did you see that?
That's that charming.
I saw the charm.
International presidential.
I saw the charm, and I had a.
You got to be like that. As a
3-minute exchange with him. But not everybody has it.
Nobody,
can really do it as genuine.
Obama has it. Yeah.
Obama has it.
Yeah.
The rest of these guys are woodcutters.
Yeah.
They're shit.
Yeah. Trump don't have it.
But he might not need it. Trump's like, I'm just a savage.
He's on street shit.
He said the moderator was acting like she was bleeding out of everywhere.
Yeah.
He's an animal, and look at his wife.
Inferring menstruation.
My man is wild. You're a wild cowboy.
But
he's like Sadat X. Sadat X came up with that term, right?
Wild cowboy.
I'm a wild cowboy. From Brand Nubians. I think he came up with that term.
Yes.
Shout out to Brand Nubians.
Oh man,
fuck with you, hard body, karate. They might have made that shit up too.
Hard body karate.
I don't know, Brand Nubians is an underrated group.
Yeah.
Brand Nubians is a strong group that has a lot of strong songs. If you don't know Brand Nubians, fuck with Brand Nubians.
That first album, and go from the first album up.
They're all good.
They're all good.
The Sadat X solo shit. And their last group album is, they got some shit on there.
Yeah, man.
I was more than pleasantly surprised with their last group album.
They've always been great.
Probable Cause.
They've always been great.
Yeah. How do we get on Brand Nubian? Oh, Wild Cowboy.
Yeah.
Trump.
Got a lot of style, boy.
Here's a song that you should check out. Song of the week. One song of the week. Public Enemy, Son of a Bush. It's so relevant even now. This song is probably 15 years old. Check it out, download it, YouTube it, iTunes it, Sonos it, Spotify it, do whatever the fuck you do, steal it.
He's a son of a bad man.
Son of a Bush. Very, very not as well known Public Enemy song. If you already know it, cool. I'm not acting like I'm Mr. fucking
we gonna learn all these motherfuckers rap.
But if you don't know it, download it now. Son of a Bush. He's the son of a bad man.
Yeah.
We're getting real political here.
Trump, man. I like Trump's style, because he's bringing him down to the fray.
Yeah. Bringing him down to jockstrap level.
Right.
Like,
no policy.
You're in the locker room.
No policy. You notice.
No. He has no answers, no policy, no nothing.
He's like,
in
America,
the locker room, in a men's locker room, you're in there butt ass.
Yeah.
Right? You walk through butt ass, or you got a little towel on your fucking dick, and your ass is coming out, or you got your dick out and your ass is covered up, or you're just walking through butt ass. He's bringing it to locker room level.
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't care, and I like that. I like that.
I kind of like that too.
I respect that. I'm not saying I respect and back everything he says, because I don't. Right. But I like that he's making this into like, I want you to show me who you are. Right. I don't know if he's aware or it's conscious that he's doing it. I'm sure part of him is. I also think that he's totally nuts. And I don't think we could have a president that's nuts, that is that nuts. But I think there's some place for that attitude for somebody who's a little bit more. Like, I'd love to see Obama just be on that the rest of the way. He's gotten on it a little bit, but I like to see him just amp it up a few more things. Man, fuck that.
That's why I think Mr. Trump will be the next president.
You actually think that Donald Trump will be the next president?
Because we had
we are. We had August. It's the middle of August. G. Monetti is making his prediction
already that D. Trump will be the next president.
Don't call him Mr. Trump. It's D. Trump.
Because we've had a calm guy, and people didn't really like that he was calm and kind of just fucking diplomatic. Now you got a guy where people want to see where. Fuck you.
Right.
Obama would never say that.
No, he would never say fuck you.
But Trump is like, fuck you.
He's like, fuck it.
This is America. Fuck you.
Yeah.
We doing this. We doing that.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck about you.
I have ex-wives. Yep. I cheated on them.
Yeah.
I say crazy shit, and so do you.
Yep. This
is the I Am Rapaport podcast. We're coming right back. Great sneakers.
Brooklyn.
Greats.com.
Made in BK.
Stylish sneakers. Comfortable sneakers.
I must say.
They look good. More importantly, they feel good. Many different styles. Many different colors. Kevin Durant has got a sneaker made from Greats.com. Marshawn Lynch has the Beast Mode sneaker. And we might be doing the I Am Rapaport podcast sneaker.
Word.
Greats.com. I like these sneakers a lot. I got them on right now. My feet feel good.
That's what we look for.
I'm a stickler for comfort first, fashion and style second.
That's right.
Greats.com. Go on the website. When you're purchasing Greats.com, punch in the promo code Rapaport, RAPAPORT, and you get 15% off of everything.
Damn.
From Greats.com. All right, G. Monetti.
Hey.
On August 25th, you know that new show, Public Morals, is premiering on TNT.
Yeah, I got my whole shit geared up to watch it.
Public Morals on TNT. Cop show produced by Steven Spielberg, directed, created by Ed Burns. 1960s New York City, gritty, tough, sexy. All I can say about my character is this. One of the reasons why I like playing the character is because he gets to smack people around. He's like a fucking head smacker.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to everyone checking out Public Morals on August 25th on TNT. And speaking of Public Morals was actually a division of police that no longer exists.
Wow.
Street crimes, drugs, prostitution, gambling. Now they have, I don't know how the police it divvies up stuff now, but that's what it was. But speaking of Public Morals, this is a really good segue. Remember last year? I was sickened by this. An Asian family, I'm just saying that because he was Asian. Asian guy, his wife, and his daughter, they were driving their car, and it was on a Sunday, and an unruly, they called it a gang. I'm sure it wasn't a gang. I'm sure it was a motorcycle club, but they behaved like a gang.
Yes.
Because I think he bumped into one of their, or they were kind of vying for traffic, and then he bumped into one of their motorcycles, and then I think he kind of clipped one of the guys. The guy wasn't hurt that bad, and then the biker club turned into an unruly biker gang, and in front of this man's wife and daughter, they beat him up. They
broke the windows.
Broke his windows. Probably, I mean, think about this, a little kid seeing this, and somebody's wife seeing this. He didn't hurt you, he hurt the bike. And they could have just called the police, but instead, they beat him up. It could have been worse.
And there was a cop involved.
Right, it was an off-duty cop involved. So, last week, they finally prosecuted one of these guys, and he got the lowest amount of time for gang assault, which is 3.5 years. And this guy's name is Robert Sims. And apparently when they gave him his sentence, he was crying in the courtroom.
Oh, because now you got to go with.
Now you got to go away to jail for 3.5 years. And you know what? I think 3.5 years is that's
enough.
That's enough.
Yeah.
That's no joke.
Yeah.
But what those other guys did is unacceptable behavior.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's frightening. It's scary. It's criminal, and that's what you get. You're not the Hells Angels. This isn't Sons of Anarchy.
Right.
This isn't an FX show. This is real life.
It was unnecessary.
It was unnecessary to do that. And I've been following this case, and they just gave one of these guys
3.5 joints.
3.5 joints in hard prison.
Yeah.
And the guy was teary-eyed, and
that
he apologized.
Bus ride up north, kid.
Yo.
Bus ride up north.
And he said he never intended to hurt anybody. If you kick somebody,
look at the tape.
You folded under the pressure, peer pressure, and emotion, and I'm sorry. And I'm sure he is sorry.
Right.
And I'm sorry because I'm sure he has a family and how they're going to be affected by it.
Yeah.
But I'm more sorry for the victim because I think about the victim
and the baby
and somebody's father, and you have to watch that.
Yeah.
and how frightening that is, and you pulled him out of the car, and it was like a ritual to do this.
Yeah.
Yo, now you got 3.5 years to think about that, and we'll see when you're up there for 3.5.
We're hardened criminal. Let's see if you bout it.
You were bout it that day when your crew was there.
On the street.
And your motorcycle was fucked
now
up.
you got to be bout it up there.
Terrible incident, but it should have never happened, and everybody has to pay the price. The victim had to pay his price, and now you got to pay your price.
That's right. Justice. Fucked
up.
What else you got, Rapaport?
You know what I was curious about? And maybe the fans could help me with this. And I'm not shitting on anybody. I'm not naming names. But there's shows in this country with foreign talk show hosts. And they sit on their high horse on network television and cable television, foreigners, and they'll make jokes about the country, and they do their anecdotal humor about the country and the policies and all the mishaps in this country, and you got an accent, and I don't know where you people are from, British, Australian.
That's that little fat fuck on CBS.
No, I'm not naming names.
I say I don't like him.
There's a few. But I want to know, and we don't fact check. I'm not looking it up.
That's why I don't know.
Is there any show in any other country where like they have an American or some disgruntled New Yorker insult the king of London? Is there like a popular talk show in London that maybe there is? If there very well might be a popular talk show. I mean, popular, not some rogue YouTube shit. I'm talking about a popular talk show, nightly talk show, where you could get on there, be from another country, and shit all over that country. Talk about the king and queen of the country, or the political nature, political climate of the country.
Right. A good point, Rap. I never thought about it.
I know there's not one in North Korea.
Oh, hell
no. They don't have that over there.
So why we have these motherfuckers here?
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm asking you, and then I'm asking the fans, because I could tell you're of no help to me.
Yeah, because I pointed that out to you.
Yeah.
I said, who was that fat fuck on CBS?
I'm not even naming names, dude.
No, I don't give a... You don't got to name his name, bro.
This has been going on for years, that foreigners will be in our country doing politically charged humor and just dissing the country the same way Jon Stewart does. But Jon Stewart's America. I have no problem. I fucks with Jon Stewart. Hard body karate.
Jay Steezy.
We fuck with you. Oh, but I'm just saying, would it be accepted to go to London and be like, yeah, the Queen was blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But saying it the way we say it. Yo, Harry's fuck style's buck wild.
Oh, they'll come in here and rest your ass.
Or go to Thailand and say wild stuff.
Oh.
You can't do that.
You can't.
But I'll bet you if there was like we have a South African dude, he's taking Jon Stewart's place. Do you think they would have you and me on a show in South Africa saying yada, 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 yada?
No. A South African guy's replacing it?
Yes. South African comedian. I don't know. I can't remember his name. I don't fact check. You could look it up. It's very well publicized.
Oh, that's weak, B.
But I'm just saying. I was just curious because this country, we've been doing it for years and years and years. We let foreign comedians
just slap us in the face
on TV every night. I'm offended by it, to be honest with you.
Regularity.
Unless I'm just missing something over there, and if not, I want to watch those shows. I want to watch like Andrew Dice Clay have a talk show every night and just banging like the
Queen
every night in London.
Fuck the Queen.
You cocksucker. The I Am Rapaport podcast is sponsored by Casper Mattresses. Casper.com. It's an award-winning sleep startup. Go to Casper.com. $50 off purchase of any size mattress.
Damn.
Put in the code Rapaport, RAPAPORT. Casper Mattress in New York City. You could keep the bed for 100 nights. You could get your freak on for 100 nights. If you do not like the bed after 100 nights, you can return the mattress within 100 days. That's a guarantee. The bed will be delivered between 2 to 5 days anywhere in the United States and Canada. Same day delivery in New York City. We do not plug, we do not support, we do not take sponsorship from anything we have not tried and we are not passionate about. 450%.
I got more questions.
What?
Acting.
Okay, this is Gerald's acting question of the week. I want it to be serious. You've asked me about having my loaf out.
I thought about this.
Okay.
I thought about this.
Because the people are offended by your questions.
You know, when I was playing basketball, right?
Yeah.
And my pop said, yo, in order for you to be good, practice makes perfect.
Right.
So how does an actor practice?
Good question. That's a good question. Well, man, that's a good question. I think that an actor can practice alone. You know, then you could go to acting classes to practice. You can, a lot of it is alone. Like you could practice monologues, you could practice walks, you could practice dialects, you could practice, I think like a big, like actors talk about like watching other people. Like that's not practice, that's not doing it, that's more like training. Right. But as far as practicing, like if you're,
honing the craft.
Honing your craft. Reading, I think, is very important. I think visually and artistically stimulating yourself, and keeping that artistic spirit alive. I know it sounds corny. You're like, wait, this is the I Am Rapaport podcast. You just talked about your fuck style being buckwild. What are you talking about, artistically stimulating yourself? But I'm saying...
Like, how do you practice for it?
So if you actually have a role, you practice, like you put together a character. Like you'll think about the way he sounds. You think about the tone. You'll think about the energy. You'll think about the clothes. You'll think about the dialogue. You'll think about the dialect. You'll think about, does he look people in the eye? Does he not look people in the eye? Like, are his hands clenched? Or does he walk fast? Does he walk slow? Is his head down? Is his head up? Like, these are all things you think about, and you'll play around with different things. Every single actor, it's not like there's acting camp where you could get 1,000 people. Like you've been to basketball camp, you could literally get 1,000 people and we could all do drills together. Like there's sort of fundamental universal basketball drills. Like you could get 1,000 people on 20 basketball courts and everybody could do the 3-man weave. Everybody could do the defensive slide. Everybody could do a layup line. Everybody could do rebounding drills the same, passing drills the same. But acting there's not one sort of technique. There's different techniques, and I never went to acting school. Like you know this. Like I never went to any acting. Exactly. I went to one acting class one time.
Erasmus Hall. You was doing a.
Life was my fucking Life was my acting school. Movies was my acting school. My father is a big influence. The people that we've been exposed to, New York City is a big influence for me. So, but as far as like how do you practice? Like when you actually have a role, you spend a lot of time practicing by yourself. If you're doing a play, the rehearsal process. That's important because like a play is
What if there's no role? Like what if you're a struggling actor, right? And there's no role for you to get prepared for. So how do you get the chops to keep?
Well, that's a good question. If there's no role to prepare for, and you don't have that break,
you're not getting called back.
You gotta work, but you'll find other actors of like mind. But by yourself, you could practice monologues, read scenes.
What's monologues?
Like you could read, like from books. You could like there's books of monologues, of acting monologues, from plays, from movies, from Shakespeare. There's monologues that you could practice.
That helps prepare you.
That helps.
How does it help?
It's like doing push-ups. It's never going to help you for actually being on a film or movie set. That's a whole other experience. And, a big part of being an actor, a working actor, is the auditioning process, which is 4,000% different than any acting any actor will ever do.
Why?
Because when you audition, you go to a building and then you're in a room outside the room where you want to be, and there's 20 to 30 people out there, and you go in there, and if you're not known, they really rush you through it, and it might be just a one and done chance you have it, and you have to it's like the Eminem song. You got one chance, one shot, right. And you got to go in there and try to figure out a way to make yourself stick out without like juggling. If there's no juggling in the scene, how do you make yourself pop? And like for me, like I treated it like sports. Like I was just so focused, and you just you have to be ready mentally. You have to be ready. It's like a heavyweight. It's like Rocky. Like every role that you don't have, you have to think of yourself in Rocky. Like you have to be prepared for when that call might happen. And right. The way you prepare yourself is to stay focused. I always say in this business, you have to be your biggest fan and your biggest critic. Like I run the Michael Rapaport business. I'm the CEO, I'm the janitor, I'm the dog walker. I fucking clean the floors.
Pick your shit up.
I pick Michael Rapaport's shit up. I don't pick his shit up. I fucking scrub the toilet. Like I do everything in the Michael Rapaport Rapaport business, no one else is invested as much as I am. Right. My mother, my father, my kids. The Michael Rapaport business is just me. So when you're an actor, you have to have that belief in yourself. Right. Like your agent, your manager, no matter, despite what they say, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, there's no one who's going to be invested in yourself as much as you are. So like a big part of survival in is being an actor is having that
self-confidence.
That self-confidence and that belief in staying the course of that belief, because it's fucking tough, like
I can imagine.
It's always tough. Like, you never know what and when you're just starting out, like I always tell people, like acting, like people say, well, what should I do? I said, if you don't know that you want to do it, don't do it. There's no 1 foot in the water to get into show business.
Right.
There's no coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yeah.
Like I didn't go to college because I was like, yo, I'm doing this.
Right.
There was no failure. Like I was like, at a certain point when I was 19, I was like, this is what I'm doing. That's it. There's no second. I'm doing this in case something to fall back on. Now I got lucky. Lightning struck with me. It was good luck, good timing, and I was ready to go when the opportunity presented itself.
Right.
I got lucky, though. I'm 100%, aware of that when I got the cast in that movie ZebraHead, I got lucky. Right. It was timing, but I knew there was nobody who was gonna there was no one who was gonna get that part.
Prior to getting ZebraHead, were you ever discouraged?
No.
About the craft of doing this?
I was never discouraged because I didn't know any better. And I got lucky so fast. Like I started doing stand-up comedy in the summer of 1989. I was 19 years old. I did that. I had a bullshit job as a messenger. Like, it was.
I remember.
It was. I mean, I'm not disrespecting. I don't even think there are messengers anymore.
Nah.
Are there messengers?
Probably.
The internet is so. But I had a job as a messenger in LA. I had been getting into some trouble, which is the ear-biting story, which I'll tell another time. But it was like, and then I went to LA, started doing my stand-up, and I just immediately got some response, and I was lucky, and I was lucky. I just was lucky, but I auditioned for things that I wasn't gonna get. But every time I would go and audition, it was like I was gonna get something out of it. Like I auditioned for White Men Can't Jump. I knew I wasn't gonna get the part.
Why?
Because they needed a star.
A known guy.
They needed a known guy. But I made it through the basketball part, which was like all the actors played basketball. It was me, Wesley Snipes, fucking Tim Hutton, Matt Dillon, every single actor you could think of. Matthew Modine, every single actor. Dwayne Shake.
Dwayne Martin.
Yeah, I mean, all the actors, all the white actors, all the black actors, every Spanish actor. We'd meet at the YMCA. They'd have you play, and if you sucked, you wouldn't even get to audition. And I did well. I did good enough. I think Martin was there. He couldn't fucking play. But I remember Wesley Snipes being there. And then I would go in an audition, and the casting director, she was so nice and supportive of me. And she said, he's not getting the part, but he did great. And just hearing that I did good and knowing in my heart that I did good prepared me for the next audition. And 2 months later, the next audition was ZebraHead, and I flew myself to New York for $373 that I barely had, and got that fucking part because I was ready, and I was like, "There's nobody else who is right for this part for right now." Like I knew 1991 or 92, whenever 91, I was the head wigger in charge. I was not. That was it. Like I had my whole life. My whole life was prepared to play that part.
Right.
Like that. My whole from 12 to 21 was my research to play that part. Right. I mean, pretty much.
I remember when you got that.
I was not getting that part.
Yeah.
So. That's the acting of the week. Good question, G Moody. I appreciate you didn't take it to anything about being naked or trying to make it with your co-stars. You kept it really above board. And again, Public Morals starts August 25th on TNT. Very proud of this show. Ed Burns, Katrina Bowen, executive produced by Steven fucking Spielberg. He produced everything. Fucking
Spielberg.
E.T.
Jaws.
All that. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Everything. And Public Morals, August 25th on TNT. We're out. This is the end of the podcast, G.
Yeah.
No, that's it. I'm fucking done.
No more.
That's it. American Giant sponsors the I Am Rapaport podcast. Go to American-Giant.com. Check it out. T-shirts, sweatshirts, American made, American manufactured. Really good quality, soft, rugged, hoodies, sweatpants, all of it. AmericanGiant.com. American-Giant.com. The slogan for American Giant that we created is American Giant Clothing.
Champion. Can't fuck with this shit, yo.